So it was a ton of work, but it was well worth it because I know Rob and I talked about this as well afterwards of doing these trials. Is the results we were saying were just mind-boggling. And granted, I've been using Erconian lasers since 2004, so I'm used to seeing mind-blowing results over these years. But the GVL was a whole other level. So I had one guy who came in. He was a Division I college football player who'd been stuck with like 110 degrees range of motion for 40 years. I do the 113-minute session. He goes to 170. And then his pain dropped from like a 7 down to like a 2 on there. And the crazy thing is, he comes back in the next week and he's still got that range of motion, which just blew my mind. I had another girl who was had been a college volleyball player, had to stop playing because of rotator cuff injury. She'd been through PT. She'd been through like, PRP injection. She's done everything. And she was now coaching and was unable to coach like for spiking and serving. Do the one session on her, pain's gone after 6 years, and she's out there coaching spiking and serving like just nuts. So I got concerned, and I actually contacted Travis from Erconi and said, Travis, these results, I don't think the FDA is going to believe it because they're so far above of everything. And he said, don't worry. He said Rob and the other doc who was doing Al Comey, they were all getting the same results. So when we submitted, because I couldn't see their data, they couldn't see mine, so we couldn't collude on anything. It's all sent to the FDA and they review it. And it was legit, just these amazing changes that we got. And then to put it through peer review, that's where people are actually, looking at it saying, is the research quality, is it legit, or does it look like this is faked? And no, we got it published. And Rob, you said it's what is like 12% of the submissions is all they accept?
12% of the submissions got put in. And to add a little color commentary to what Kirk said, number one, it really speaks volumes not because Kirk and I did it. We've had this private conversation. It's Erconia and their science. To get an FDA clearance is without question the standard bearer. It's winning the gold medal. And Kirk did a great discussion and really extricated a great job in telling what went in to get an FDA clearance. So when people look for a laser, that FDA clearance is without question the standard bearer. Number two, the results. I mean, I had somebody who had sciatica, and one visit sciatica went away. So, nerve pain really has a residual effect typically. But when you look at the results, when you compared it to other FDA-cleared lasers, i.e. other lasers in Erconia, which are great, do not throw them out. No one's asking you to throw them out. Utilize them. The GVL for Kirk and I'm going to speak for him now, is without question the standard bearer. There was a decrease in the duration of pain, range of motion, over a duration of time. So every metric we used, when we compared it to the Accelerate, the red and violet, the EVRL, and the GVL, the GVL1. That said, when you compared it to an LED, which is more common on the market, there was no comparison. I always said it's the prom queen versus, you talked about Halloween yesterday, Dia de Bruja, the witch. Yeah. I mean, there was no comparison between the two. So when people come up with that, you can't compare the GVL and any of the Erconia lasers to an LED, and I know we don't want to go down that rabbit hole. You have to compare it to other lasers that have FDA clearance, and virtually there are none out there.